Hey everybody, Bones here, Bones Garage, just bringing the update, what's going on at the garage. So, 1968 Cadillac Coupe DeVille convertible. We are coming along very nicely on this car. We are now working on the wiring, especially the wiring in this engine bay right now, because we have found a ton of wiring that is just absolutely disgusting. First thing I found is, this is your regulator plug for your voltage regulator. They took out the regulator and used an internally regulated alternator, so this way you can get rid of that regulator. And better alternator, they're really good, they work well, but the way they jumped it is not correct. You're supposed to jump the blue wire here to the brown wire there, and the white wire here to the red wire there. Instead, they ran this field wire all the way up right in here into the alternator, which will work, but it's going to give you other issues. Another thing they didn't do is they never hooked up this ground here, and then there's another ground over there. They never hooked those up. That's why his headlights weren't working correctly. We had no high beams whatsoever. So got that all fixed up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to jump this correctly. We're going to reuse the old wire harness alternator plugs that are supposed to be in here, where we have the blue, the white, and the black. That's your ground, and those two go into this plug on the old generator. Now, here we have, this is a different wire harness from the car we took all the parts out of for this car. And you can see here is everything you need. This is a non-regulated alternator plug. And you see how the blue and white wire go into it. This is a regulated alternator plug. So in other words, this plug is made for an alternator with a regulator in it. We're going to hook these wires right back the way they're supposed to be onto this with an adapter plug. Same here. Then we had all kinds of other issues with headlights and turn signals that weren't working up here. We have wires that are burnt. You see right there where the wire is frayed and burnt? That is your ignition wire right there. That wire goes to your coil. And I can tell you that because of what it is. It's a cloth wire. That is your resistor wire that drops your voltage from 12 volts to 7 volts to go to your coil. So this wire is no good. We'll fix that. And then we have just a bunch of other wires like this wiring right here, where they didn't actually fix it. They just spin the wires together and throw a bunch of black tape on it and hope for the best. So we're gonna actually fix all of these wires, make everything the way it's supposed to be, as much as possible. We also have the wiring here for your fan that you can see is broken off. And they use the wrong connectors for it. So we're going to change that out. We're going to fix all that up and make that work. We've already put a new vacuum regulator in here for your opening and closing of your doors on the interior for your heat and your air conditioning. Now the heat and the air conditioning are not going to work because we don't have the proper heater valve in here, and we also don't have a AC compressor, and that none of that's hooked up. So we're just going to make it actually work. Another thing we did back here was fix all the wiring back here for our tail lights. We now have turn signals, reverse lights, parking lights, and brake lights, as well as hazards. And we now have the tail license plate lights working, and everything is correct back here. So we're coming along really nicely on this. We should be able to get most of this dashboard working again without having to really change much, just by fixing all the wiring. We're also working on all of the wiring inside the car. So we're getting all that set up. And again, you can see how nice our floors have come out. There's the one we replaced there, as well as the pedal mount right over there, the gas pedal mount. Then that floor pan there. We fixed all the floor pan back there as well as the bracing underneath. That floor pan there and the bracing. We put in new pistons and a new motor as well as all new lines for the convertible top, so it works properly now. And patched all this up in here, patched all that up in there, and started putting all the heating ducts back in where they're supposed to be. So this car is going to be really nice. It's just going to be such a cool car just to cruise around and enjoy and have a good time in. So we're getting everything fixed up. We're going to make everything work the way it should as much as possible. We're going to take what we need off of this harness from the other car to put into this harness, so this way things are correct. Because right now we're looking at a fire that's about to happen. We don't have a fusible link here, which is what we're supposed to have. If you look in the original harness, that is a fusible link right there. For some reason, it burned up. It's no good anymore, and you can see it right here is where it burned. There's nothing left there. So we're going to replace this fusible link with an actual fusible link and get rid of this wire that has no fuse on it. So, because if you don't have a fuse on it, you can burn up the car with it. So we're going to take care of all of that. So there you go, guys. There's what's going on with the 68. Talk to you real soon. Have fun. Okay, bye.